What's going on, guys? Me, Yugi here, and today I have a brand new video for you. This is the profile of my Amon irregular deck. I recently got this deck from a friend, and also as you can see that's an SP. So, also today is September the 11th. Tomorrow is the 12th. Sorry if you can hear that in the back. Just a couple of bikes just going across the road as normal people do. Tomorrow at Fanboy 3, which is the locals I go to, it is the BT15 Infinite Rebirth sneak peek. So I will try to record this video and also upload it on the same day. So then tomorrow I can try and get in the pack openings and also probably some matches if you guys want that, or I should just briefly tell you what happened. So, and also if you don't know already, on the 11th and the 12th of October 2014, it is the Carvet Vanguard regional qualifiers. So I will be going with this deck, which I am about to preview. So I'm going to stop yapping on and get into the deck profile. Now for my starter, I run Devil in Shadow. He is the standard Forerunner and Carbos 1, search top 5 for grade 3 and add it to hand. Pretty standard. Then I'm going to go into grade 3s. 3 normal Amon for the SP on top. His effect is continuous during your turn and your turn only. He gains 1000 for every card in Soul. And his secondary act ability is Counterblast 1. Soul Charge. Basically, he eats a rear guard, so it goes to the soul. Therefore, giving him a +1 for his primary effect. And then from secondary effect, you are losing a unit to the soul, which is a plus, and your opponent gets a field minus because he is retiring a rear guard. But the only thing wrong with it is your opponent chooses. So about the glare, and that is a really nice SP. I'll give you a better look at it. That is a pretty nice SP. While the other two are just triple rare. Next I run 4 copies of Amon Reverse, which to me looks like kind of a reindeer / tree with a couple of black rings. Now his act ability is, well, obviously he's a cross ride to normal Amon, so he gains 2k if he is in the soul, which is highly likely in a Dark Irregulars deck, because you are always soul charging. So his primary limit break is you choose a Dark Irregular and lock it, and this is one of the only reverse units to have a limit break that is not a Counterblast. It's just a free lock for him to gain +1000 for every card in the soul from that point you lock. So if you do soul charge after the lock, sorry about that little nudge of the camera, he won't gain the 1000, so make sure you do it just right at the end before you are about to enter your battle phase. Otherwise you will be missing out on a crucial power. And recently I did want to run Blue Dust, but I finally read his effect properly, and it was after the effect was activated. So yeah, and also has the Lord abilities, which will be going pretty soon as the English meta moves into the new season 4. The Season of the Legion. Now for grade 2s, I run 3 Psycho Grave. Very good card. When he is placed on the rear guard, and you have 6 or more in soul, you can card boss 1, soul charge 1, and he gains +5 for the turn, so very good for hitting numbers, especially with a certain booster I run. Next I run 3 copies of Hell's Draw. He actually does have very nice artwork, but I am very tight on grade 2s. So her effect is a on call, soul charge 2. So she's pretty good. Next I take in the 2 Gwyn, just for a little bit of more retiring power from just arm on. So, and this is card boss 2. When he's placed, I get to choose a grade 2 or lower. So pretty good. Now I run 4 of this card because people always go for him when he's on the rear guard and he hits nice numbers, and that is 4 copies of Rongelin. He goes well with the grade 1 armor that turns into a 9k if you have 6 or more in soul during your turn. So, and also he does have nice artwork. And I also don't run the grade 1 version. And speaking of grade 1s, moving on to them, I run 4 copies of Blood Specular, which is the perfect card. Nothing to say there, all apart from perfect cards are standard in every deck. I run 4 copies of Hell's Deal. Very nice 7k. Same effect as Hell's Draw. When she's placed, you can soul charge 2. Now 3 copies of Poet of Darkness Amon. Very good during your turn. If you have 6 or more in soul, he gains a permanent 3k during your turn. So if you don't boost him up with an additional effect, say Dark Knight of Nightmare Land, then he is a 9k. But if you boost him up with the effect of the card I just said, Dark Knight of Nightmare Land, he becomes a 12k if you boost him up with that effect. So he is pretty nice, and also good behind Rongelin, hitting a nice 21k column. Now, one of the best cards in the deck, in my opinion, is 3 copies of Dorian the Thruster. Basically, when a card is placed into the soul, and the good thing is, even if you soul charge or place a rear guard into the soul, that still counts for her effect. She gains plus 3000, and also she does have nice artwork. So moving on to the trigger lineup, I run 4 Hell's Trick, very nice looking heal, 4 copies of Her Stick Shirley. Now she has an effect, which is when she's on the rear guard, you can soul charge her from the field to soul charge an additional card. So combo with this, she gains 6k from using the effect of 1 Her Stick Shirley. Next I run 4 copies of Cruel Hand. Very nice, standard, cool looking crit trigger, and 4 copies of Dark Knight of Nightmare Land. He's the standard soul charging from rear guard to give something plus 3. So that was my Dark Irregulars deck that I am taking to the national qualifiers in Manchester Expo. So please give me a thumbs up and also wish me luck, and I'll see you all in the next video, guys. Peace.